Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I am going to be doing a designer stiletto chocolate shoe. And I have started with some spikes or studs. And this is the little mold that I am using to make them. I have 4 already. I'm going to create some more, and we are going to decorate our chocolate shoe. And if you have not seen the video, the how-to stiletto shoe, I will link it down below in the comments so you are able to go back and watch and learn how to create your stiletto. It also has where you can find the mold as well as showing you how to create your stiletto. Press down a little bit. Just gonna pop them out. So we're going to put these on our shoe, and you can create these yourself, but why create it when you have a mold? So we are going to be placing these around our stiletto shoe and decorating our shoe with some designs. Okay, I just wanted to show you right quick how to place them in and pop them out. And I'm going to make up as many as possible, and I will return and show you the next step. I have taken my stiletto out of the mold, and I'm going to set it to the side. I have made some large spikes for my shoe for the back of the heel, and now I am making some smaller size, and I am using just a small piece of fondant. I'm going to pinch. I'm going to pinch and make a cone, and I'm just going to sit it on my mat and form it into a pointy cone. So these are smaller than my mold, and these are going to go around my shoe here. So I'm going to make those up, as many as I need, and we're going to paint them all gold, and we are going to apply them to our shoe. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is covering our shoe with some brown fondant. So I am going to roll out some fondant and we're going to cover half at a time, okay? So it'll make it a little easier. Just try to make it straight lines so you don't have the curves at the end. And we're going to cover our shoe. Okay. So I'm going to start at the front of our crease. We're going to do half at a time to make it a little easier. And any mishaps, we are going to come back and fix it. So here, in the front, I'm going to take this and fold it in. Okay. We're going to take this down the side here. I am going to take this under the bottom. I'm going to use my cutter and just go along the sides until I trim off what I want to trim off, okay? And we're going to come back and we're going to fill the back end with red. So we're going to make the bottom red bottom. Okay. I'll lay it down so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to trim off this. I'm going to take off the bottom. And since I'm doing half, I'm going to take this off here because I'm going to do the other side the same exact way I did this side. Okay. And you can also take this off as well. However it makes sense to you to, I want to drop it, to add your fondant to your shoe, that's how you're going to add it, okay? So that's going to be the beginning. Fold that in. Once we get everything together, we can smooth it how we want it. But I am going to start working on my other side. Okay, so now I'm rolling out the fondant for the other side. I did add a little Stilleto powder, so it's starting to harden up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to start here in the front. Just adding to that seam. We're going to take it all the way up, fold in. And like I said, if you have any flaws, we will fix them at the end. But all you are worried about now is getting your fondant onto your shoe. Flip it over. We're going to do the same thing. Just tracing the shoe. And taking off that piece. And now, as you can see, it's coming together. I'm going to turn it around for you. Okay. I'm going to overlap these two, or get it as close as possible. Like I said before, any mishaps we are going to come back and fix. So I'm going to turn this around. So I have some spaces that need to be filled, but no biggie because we are going to mold and smooth out our fondant how we like it. So I'm going to wrap this around and press in place. And you might need a little water for some areas. I'm going to use a little water, place some of my fondant. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now we are going to smooth our fondant and work on any areas that need to be covered with fondant. Okay, so any flaws like this one from the front, we are going to add some water down the middle, and we are going to start smoothing our fondant together. So all you're doing is smoothing your fondant together, bringing it together, and fixing any flaws that you have, okay? I'm gonna go here and take off a little bit. Just smooth. And any indentions that we have, we are going to go back in with our tools and make them exactly like the shoe. Like here in the crease here, we're going to go in that crease and form it exactly to the shoe, okay? So all we're doing is smoothing out our fondant, making sure it sticks. Take off a little bit here. Smooth. Okay. Smoothing. Okay. I added more here on the back. We're going to smooth all of this out. And we're going to start on the red at the bottom. Okay, so once you got everything down and where you want it, I go in and I use my little tools and I go across my lines to bond them together better. Okay? And this helps a lot to seal the creases of your fondant. So you're just going to go over it and work it until it is completely smooth and you do not see a crease. Okay, so as you can see, the back here where I joined them together, I added a little water and I'm just smoothing them together. And I'm using my little handy dandy tool to take a little water and press them together. And smoothing them. And you're just going to use your water just a tad and go in, run your little creases and combine it together and smooth it out. Okay? So that's all you're doing to bond everything together. Once I get it all bonded and sealed the way I like it, we are going to start on the red at the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to work on the bottom. And we're just adding red. Gonna place our shoe in place. Just gonna cut around. And we are going to start forming a ripple. bring it down and over as much as possible. And we're going to go back in and trim. Put it down a little bit more. So we won't have to piece it together. Might have to do a little piecing, but that's okay. Bring it over a little bit. And you're just going to smooth out the sides. And we're going to trim off any extra. Okay. So go in and trim off any extra. And push it together. Okay? Okay? So we're going to do that for both sides. And I'm going to place another piece here, coming up the heel. And we're going to trim and press in place. Okay, so I am just rolling out the last piece of red to place on the heel. And anything that I have left. So that's how she's going to be looking. Okay. We're going to take this and go inside. We're going to overlap. Now we're going to smooth. Make sure it goes in like that. So we are overlapping. Making sure everything is covered. Press in place. And we are going to trim. Fold this in and lay it down. So I can go in and trim what I need to trim off. Okay. I'm not sure how much I need off at the moment, so I'm just trimming some off, and we will take off the excess later. Okay. So I'm going to flip it on this side. Make sure I'm looking to see how much I need to take off. I want it here in the inside, so okay. And anything left left over, we are going to clean up. Okay? Okay, so we have put everything in place. Okay? What I'm going to do now is I have my Christian Louboutin little stamp here that we are going to place at the bottom of our shoe. Okay? So that is going to be your Christian Louboutin sign for your red bottom. Okay? And we are going to start adding the rest of our decor. Okay? We're just placing them a little spaces apart. Okay, and that's how the back is going to look. And we are going to put some around the bottom. Okay. And I am going to paint gold my studs. I'm just going to smooth out some areas a little bit more. And we are going to start to add our luster. Okay, so we're adding some print. And all I'm doing here is taking my luster and making some marks. And we're going to come back in and put the black on side of that for our leopard print. Okay? So we're just putting prints all over. Little dots of luster. Okay, just put little dots because we are going to create a leopard print. So we're going to do that all over our shoe. And then we're going to come back in with our black. Okay, so I'm letting my little spots dry. And what I'm doing is painting my spikes gold. I'm going to go over them twice or until they are the way I want them, with no separations in the gold. And I have placed it on my little cake board here so I can move it around freely. And we're just adding the gold luster to the spikes we added. Okay, so here in my palette, I have some black gel food coloring. And I am just going around my gold there with black to make a leopard print, okay? And I have to turn it around so I'm able to see But all you're doing is going around the gold to make it look like a leopard print, okay? We're going to do all of our gold dots that way. And I might add a chain around the top, and that will be the finished result. And I have these up top to paint gold, and we will be finished. Okay, so this is how our shoe is looking right now. Okay, the last thing I am going to do is add some black inside of the shoe. And I'm just going to roll out some fondant and place a piece in the inside of the shoe. So just try to roll a thin piece out that you think will fit inside. I'm not measuring, I'm just cutting a piece out, and we're going to see if it fits. I'm going to bring it all the way up to the top. Just press it down. And that's going to be it. So that's going to be the inside of the shoe. And I'm going to trim it up a little bit. I'm going to bring it up here to the top.